a sentencing in regard to this case of the famous Willie Kimani case. We as the defense, and let me speak specifically for the first and the second accused persons who are now convicts in this case, it's a judgment that has been disappointing. It's a judgment that was based on evidence that was non-existent. It was a judgment whereby the court imported evidence so that it can be able to convict. We believe that the court must have wanted to find somebody guilty, and therefore the reasons why evidence was imported. Was this court under pressure? Were the NGOs, the LSK and other groups putting some kind of pressure? Did the court really want to just convict these people and wash its hands off? Here is a case whereby you have one accused person who is acquitted because his technology and the phone and the details of his movement on that day get him acquitted. The same technology that could have acquitted the first and second accused person, showing that they could not have been at the scene when this crime occurred, is used to convict them. So the court uses double standards. Is it because that it had to really find somebody guilty and had to cherry pick on who it had to do? The same court uses technology of a radio, saying that the accused person, first accused person, had a radio. But evidence on record shows that the first accused person never came to court to work on that day, and therefore did not have a radio, did not have access to it. Where did the court get that evidence? The accused person showed by a number of witnesses, 3 of them, including his boss, that on that particular day, at the time of the kidnapping, he was at Bangati, 13 kilometers away from where this incident occurred. Wasn't this sufficient? Even if the court believes that the accused person could have been involved in this issue, must it force the evidence? Suspicion, however high, is not a ground to convict somebody. The accused person must get a benefit of doubt. The technology bears him out. It shows that he was not there on that day in the morning. He never went to work. He could not have been at Mlolongo. He was elsewhere. So how can the court decide to rely on technology on one side and not on the other side? How can the court decide to rely on a confession statement that it picks parts of it and says, oh, this part must be correct and this part must be correct? You use one part of the confession to remove somebody else, yet the same confession is the same one that you're using to convict the first and second accused person? I believe that this court did not do justice. I believe that the first and second accused persons are victims of a bad judgment. And this, I must say, openly and clearly. The court decided to convict based on what it believed, not what was on record. The court even decided to import evidence on behalf of my second accused person, saying that the second accused person gave unsworn statement, when everybody knows, the record shows that he stood and he was cross-examined. He gave a sworn testimony, which was tested, tried, and it was found that he was actually solid. Why did the court decide to say that? Did the court then read the file properly? Did the court then record evidence properly? This is going to necessitate for us to go for an appeal. I do not think that this judgment can stand the Court of Appeal. It cannot. Basically, we are disappointed. That is the bottom line.